Here's your WNEM TV5 News Update.
Good Saturday morning, everyone. I'm Lauren Piesco. Here's a look at the top stories we're following today. Starting off in Flint, the Genesee County Prosecutor's Office filing criminal charges against Crystal Farmer after police found her two kids with special needs left alone at their home for several days in poor conditions. Officers responded after a neighbor called to complain, not realizing how bad things had gotten. Farmer faces multiple charges, including 2 counts of felony child abandonment and multiple abuse charges. Police say the children are now safe. A gathering in Saginaw aimed at helping communities reduce violence. The first ever Community Violence Intervention Conference will bring together community leaders, law enforcement, advocates, and service providers to talk about effective approaches to violence prevention, mediation, and support services. That meeting begins this morning at 9 o'clock. It runs until 3 p.m. today at Thompson Middle School in Saginaw. To register, go to the hot link section on our website at WNEM.com. And Genesee County Animal Control holding an emergency dog adoption event today. The shelter says it is overcrowded and out of space after receiving an influx of animals. That's when a total of 64 dogs and cats were rescued from an unfit home in Flint Township. Dog adoptions today will be just $10 with a $10 license fee for Genesee County residents. You can stop by from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the shelter on West Pasadena Avenue in Flint. Now here's meteorologist Chris Eastlick with a look at your forecast.
And snow showers return to the forecast for today, and it's likely going to continue into tomorrow as well. The northwesterly winds will likely be around all weekend too. It seems like the gusts will be around 20 to 25 miles per hour, so breezy at times, but not overwhelming as we head into the weekend. Your forecast when it comes to the snow showers, expecting those throughout the day today, and that's for all 5 of the TV5 area zones. A little bit further to the south, I think upper 30s are a little bit more likely as you go through Genesee, Shiawassee, and Lapeer counties. Areas like North Branch, Otisville, Clio, Owasso, all in the upper 30s today. Areas like the Thumb, mainly around the mid 30s. It seems like Unionville will be around 37, Lamont right around 36, Ubley 35, and Port Austin 33. We do get a bit warmer as you go to the west into the Tri-Cities and Mount Pleasant. Shepherd, upper 30s. We've got 41 in Edenville and Sanford, so those areas right around Midland County could be just a touch warmer. Middle 30s in our northwesterly zone as you get closer to Clare and Roscommon counties, as well as Gladwin County, and then our northeasterly zones north of the Saginaw Bay, mostly lower to middle 30s there. Seems like that is our cooler zone. Your hour-by-hour forecast as we go through today and tomorrow. Scattered snow showers from time to time. They will not be constant. They're a little bit more persistent in some of our northerly areas. What we are watching for is what we call a convergence band. What happens is you've got these northeasterly winds from Ontario converging with the northwesterly flow coming from areas on the west side of the state and areas like Lake Superior. That collision leads to the upward motion that gets us these snow showers right here. And you can see where that band sets up. Things are a little bit more consistent when it comes to the snow. There is some question as to just how far north or south that convergent band will be, but I think it's far enough to the north that the highest snowfall totals this weekend will stay out of our area, but it's also close enough to where I think some of our northerly areas will pick up a few inches of snow. And I think some of these areas as we go into tonight and early Sunday, when temperatures are at their coolest, that will pick up a bit of accumulation in other parts of mid-Michigan as well. So how much are we talking? I would say our northern counties have the best chance to pick up about 1 to 4 inches, and it's the northernmost portion of the area that has a chance, I think, to pick up about 3 or 4. And keep in mind, this is a 2-day snowfall. I think most in the trace to 3-inch zone probably pick up around an inch, inch and a half or so. I think 3 would be more of the exception if we can get a really good lake effects band going. But I also think the areas that are a trace, those are possible too because of the scattered nature of the snow. There could be a lot of areas where one town over gets some accumulation and then others not so much. So that's why the zones are a little bit more broad as we go into this weekend. Your evening planner for your Saturday night plans. Scattered snow showers will start to become more likely into the night. Temperatures will be right around the low 30s by the end of the the evening and into the overnight hours. Your highs on Sunday, likely middle 20s to low 30s. So certainly a step back for the second half of the weekend, or that was the low temperatures. Your highs will be in the low to mid 30s. So still a step back, a little bit warmer than average still. But then as we go into early next week, we'll likely be in the 20s on Monday and Tuesday. But we're also starting to get to that time of year where the cold days are coming along with some days above average too, and a bit of an up and down ride here as we enter the end of February and start working our way towards the beginning of March.
Remember to tune into WNEM TV5 on air and online 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and information.